One of the big weaknesses of Apple is that their iBook store has a very poor selection of titles compared to, say, Amazon, compared to, say, Sony, for example, or Kobo. Apple just hasn't shown that much of a commitment. I know in Canada it's a little bit difficult to get all the various licenses and agreements in place to get all the book titles. But the cool thing about the iPad is that it is every other ebook reading device that's out there as well. So if I switch through here, we'll find that it's also a Kobo reader. It's also, find here, an Amazon Kindle reader as well. Lots of different applications. Here we go. So one of the advantages that, although Apple's own store may not have the selection, you can pick up that selection through both the Amazon store and through the Kobo store. One of the things I see is happening with the iPad is that it's going to start to explore the future of publishing in terms of different functionality. It's one thing to take a book and to scan it and put it into a digital format so that we can read it. It's another thing when you can take advantage of its digital nature and be able to showcase other things. And here we have, for example, enhanced version books. This is something that's being made available in the iBook store, and you actually have built-in embedded video. So books today aren't just about having illustrations or pictures with it, but especially in biographical books, about being able to include footage that actually goes with that content. You also have people who are playing around with what a book is capable of doing. This is a version of Alice in Wonderland that someone has come up as a separate app. You would download it. And you can see here, as I twist and turn, that there are elements that start to fall. In fact, I can pick up the little pellets and throw it around. Let's go to another page.
We have the Sony Pocket Edition, and it's called the Pocket Edition because it's made to fit in your pocket. My girlfriend was totally against one of these. She was an avid reader. She didn't want to touch it. I had to force it really into her hands. I bought her a bunch of books and gave it to her, and we went on an all-inclusive holiday 2 years ago. And she brought it with her. She read 6 books, and the battery was half charged by the time we got back. So the battery life is absolutely amazing, and she's converted. Now I have all this ample storage room in our house because I don't have to worry about storing books on the shelf. You can hold up to 1,200 books on the 2 gigabytes of internal memory on our reader.
Most people know Amazon. When they think of books on the internet, that's the company they think of. And so the Kindle really has been the one that's kind of popularized the idea of ebook reader devices. This is one of the things I'm not particularly fond of with the Kindle is the way they organize content. We just saw 3 devices that had beautiful bookshelves. There's all your book covers. You can see what you're looking at. And what the Kindle does instead is it creates this stack. And your only option is to go to the top and to filter that stack. So to say, okay, I want this stack to be nothing but PDF documents, or I want it to be nothing but, fictional content, that kind of thing. It's kind of a poor way of organizing content. It's something that Amazon says they are working on trying to fix. It doesn't have a touch screen, so instead you have this keyboard that's along the bottom. The keyboard's not the greatest thing out there. It's all these little bubble buttons that you have to use. Thankfully, you don't have to do much with it. In terms of typing, it's there for accessing your account.